Hello and welcome back to Lunacid. This is episode 14. Last time we found 2 new locations and I'm very eager to explore those today. And we still have several weapons that actually need upgrading. So let me get a couple of swings in while we are formulating our plan for today. So the thing is, according to the teleport menu, we found all the teleport spots, which might mean that we found all the areas. Weapon is not ready yet. I'm not convinced that there are no additional areas, because you see the chasm doesn't have a teleport point. The surface thingy, like the Great Well surface place, also doesn't have a teleport point. So it's possible that there are more areas without an actual teleport point. So maybe we are not exactly at the end of the game, but it's coming to a close. It's very palpable. And there's so many mysteries still eluding me that we might have to experiment a bit more aggressively in order to maybe solve some of them before the end comes, because I don't know how to bring about the end of the game yet. We had seen instructions to go find a creature of moonlight, who is supposed to be the door to the outside. I don't know how that works for a creature to be a door. I guess we need to figure that out. Then there has been other mentions of a great one that is slumbering. And there have been multiple allusions to us maybe waking said great one. I mean, there was the prisoner in the prison who actually was the character who threw us into the Great Well in the first place. They said, yeah, don't stop until the thing is awake again. And I'm like, what? Why do I want that exactly? Is the Great One identical to the creature of moonlight? I mean, that would answer several questions at once. But I don't have a reason to think so just yet. I don't know which of the 2 areas would naturally lead us to any form of ending now. The moon cried to us in our time of need. Well, Demi, do you have anything to say? Welcome back. Demi, why don't you want the skeleton egg back? Can we give it to you? I mean, I am aware that you were the one who gave it to us in the first place. No effect. What do we do with a skeleton egg? What do we do with a corrupt key? Well, I guess we have to perform some experiments and explore a bit more. So the 2 new areas that we have found, save. So we ran around in the prison the last time, and we found 2 exits, one into this, I believe that's the arena, and that's the temple, or maybe it's the other way around actually. Forlorn Arena, okay. Labyrinth of Ash. So from the ordering in the menu, we had access to the library way earlier than most of the other areas down here. We had access to the was it the Boiling Grotto before access to any of that? Access to the prison was locked behind fighting the prince. And now it feels like we should first do this and then do that, just from the ordering in the menu, but I don't have any good gut feeling for that, because the thing is, in the prison, we went down to this lower area with these gigantic skeletons, and from there we were able to find our way to the Labyrinth of Ash. In order to get to the arena, we had to first climb up to the top of the prison and then like pull a lever so that gate opened. I don't know which of these feels more naturally to stumble into, because it entirely depends on how you play. Maybe this place feels more secretive, so maybe it's optional? So maybe the arena is the end of the game? I don't know. I really don't have a good way to tell right now. However, before we jump into the new areas, there's one thing that I've kept on my list and putting off and putting off and putting off. And that is to go back to the Forbidden Archives, climb up to the blue gate, the blue crystal door over here, and then back to the chasm, because we heard a tell of a leap of faith and something about the winds. And you know what? While editing the episode with us going through the tower, like the majority of it, at the very end I was very surprised that there wasn't an easy way back up. Now what I hadn't tried was to just leave that final room where we got the Moonlight Sword. Maybe there would have been like a really convenient auto magic shortcut back. Maybe you just leave the room with the Moonlight Sword and you automatically end up at the top. Or maybe you were supposed to figure out how you can ride all those winds in between every 5 levels, right? There were winds that looked very much like the winds in the chasm area. So maybe there is a way to ride these winds properly. I just need to remember how to get up to that level. And was it over here? I really don't recall. Oh yeah, another thing I wanted to make sure is clear. Last time we recorded a couple of these Beastial Communion messages, and I haven't forgotten about those. I still need to actually translate the texts. Oh no, wait, this goes down. That's the wrong shortcut. That is not where I wanted to go. I'm just convinced that we will be collecting more texts to translate in this episode. And I just want to basically provide the translations at the very end of this episode for all the new texts we collected last time and all the texts that we will be collecting this time. I'm especially curious about the text from this dragon skeleton skull thing. That one might actually contain a hint of some form, because it doesn't really feel like being an enemy. We cannot really damage it. Also, we need to actually go around other areas. Like, for example, the Jotun creature in the Sanguine Sea probably has an interesting Beastial Communion text. Because that's another one of these creatures that we cannot really damage. But maybe we can learn something from communing with it. So hold on. Is our Lyrian sword done? I think it's not quite done yet. Oh. Oh yeah, we've read all of that. It's about the vampire prince and his mothers. Ocean Bone Shard. Okay, so is the sword ready now? Yeah, that looks very much done. Where was the other one? Broken Lance. Should we save now that the weapon is upgraded? Yeah, let's quickly go down and save. Was it here? It was here. Okay, so we want to go up to that blue door, out into the chasm. That way. The blue door is still a mystery to me, because the statement that it's a glitch for it to open is weird. The game seems to be convinced that I have the correct key, but I cannot find that key in my inventory. Now the question is, can we... Like, how would we... You know what? Before I do anything stupid, let's actually go back to the text and read it again. Because maybe there's a hint in the phrasing as to what we're supposed to do exactly. What? Do we jump onto the winds, or... Because I remember something about a leap of faith. which generally means you throw yourself into something that should be certain death. But then it's not. The question is, where should we try to perform that leap of... Wait, do you see that over there? Oh, wait, that's like way closer to the winds, right? Do we have to just jump off from here? So this was the... Yeah, the key to decipher the script. And then there was this text over here. Dear traveler, please do not be bothered by my corpse. I went out searching for blessed wind, but in the end I could not take the leap of faith it required. What? What are you trying to tell me there? Am I trying to jump onto this gust of wind thingy? Are we trying to jump onto this? Because there clearly is something going on here with the winds. They seem to be leading upwards, which is interesting. Let's actually double check whether Demi is still out here. Or whether anything up here has changed, actually. Great well, surface. Interesting, Demi is not here. Can we... do something with the corpses here? Blood drain, maybe? Lithomancy, maybe? No? No draining of blood? What? Was it not charged fully? Doesn't seem to do anything. Any chance we can use a random item here? Corrupt key. What is somewhere broken? Nothing in the game so far struck me as being super extra critical broken compared to anything else. I mean, if using these items should be meaningful, then they either are used automatically, like us having these vampiric symbols or the historian just recognizing us owning black books. Or otherwise, using items should be done on something that looks interactable. But I haven't quite seen anything that's totally like broken. Can we use a skeleton egg on a skeleton? Okay, should we just jump into the winds and see if something happens? Because none of the spots here look immediately like the one and only place to jump into the wind. Let's at least use Wick Stride. Jump a little bit further. No. Huh. So have we learned anything from this experiment? Can we use them on save crystals? Wait. Oh, right. It hasn't saved that I switched this out to the corrupt key. No. I have so many items that I don't know how to use. Would it be meaningful to go talk to the historian? I mean, last time he gave us a spell, a communion spell, and he told us, look, there's more black books out there. I can feel it. And so I don't know. How are you meant to find them all? Well, maybe we should go commune with the Jotun in the lake. And does it normally appear from this direction? Oh yeah, there's those creatures as well. Oh, you do have a text for us. Nice. Okay. What was your name again? Hammerlith. Oh, out there you are. Do you have some text for us? Oh, you do? I don't... Oh, man. It's so hard to actually keep track of all these letters. Yeah, I cannot spontaneously translate this now. I guess we'll have to do this at the end of the episode. Were there other creatures out in the lake? I mean, sure, there were skeletons, but I don't think the skeletons gave us anything so far. Let's go here. Because there are probably some creatures here that we haven't communed with yet. Like death, for example. No, I think we actually tried that. Or have we? I don't recall. Oh yeah, we got a text last time. From the cursed paintings. From the castle, but I... Is it always the same one? Guess we'll have to go and check. And now also the next question is Demi back out here? Yeah, I think this is always the same text. Huh. Yeah, isn't this the room where Demi was? I really don't recall. Yeah, it must have been that one. Okay, Skeletors. Oh wait, you do have text for me. Is the last word here soon? Wait, can we spill blood on these? Wait, what? Where did the skeletons go? What? No, that doesn't do anything. Do you want a skeleton egg? Are you somewhere broken? Then maybe... I think I want quick stride again. So we had some Ghosts out this way. Why is this one closed every time I come here? No. What? What? Oh, read this one. Yeah, entrance, that's fine, whatever. Light the 3 fires of Prometheus, only then shall vision be restored. But vision of what? So does the Migo give us any interesting text? Oh, hell yes. There's nothing else out here, right? And there's nothing that is obviously, like, broken. Because of the glitched nature of the corrupt key, I currently believe that we need to find, like, a glitched place in the world. Well, that might be me jumping to conclusions, because nothing in the game so far looked like it's gonna go glitched, except for the corrupt key. What do these sounds indicate? Huh? Guess the game is just trying to be creepy. Oh, hey, items. Ashes. We collected something out here, and I don't recall what it was. And this leads out into the forest. How is it possible that there's still so many mysteries? And I don't have the faintest idea to, like, even investigate? Because there's really not a lot of places where we can, like, even collect information. And my best guess right now is to hope that one of the Beastial Communions is giving us some form of information that we didn't have before, and that isn't just plain flavor text. So, how about these horse spirits? Do these statues do anything? Do we try blood? Because blood always did something somewhere? No. Lithomancy? No, I don't think these statues do anything. Huh. Oh, hey. Spill blood. Poke. Lithomancy. Skeleton egg. Huh? Oh, hey. Can we lithomancy a ghost? No, why would that do anything? There really isn't a lot of things to try in the different places, right? It's not there's like a million things that I could be doing. I mean, right now I'm just wandering, trying to see if anything new stands out now. Noble crypts. Ha. Yeah, I guess let's go down to the noble crypts and then check what the horse spirits have to tell us. So we probably should switch the health vial for the fairy moss. We have a lot of that. Yes, this is the path we initially took down into the crypt. So we want Beastial Communion and Quick Stride. Horse. Oh, hey, we do get text from you. Were there other enemies down here? Was the path to death? You know what? I think I want to briefly go back up to the save point, save, and then try to perform Beastial Communion with death. I think we've already tried that, but I wouldn't be able to tell when. I'm very certain that we have tried to get the light reveal info out of death, but that didn't do anything. There's actually another thing that I never tried. Opening this with not the Vampire Hunter sword. Okay, so I guess any weapon that deals light damage will do the trick. petals. Can we do ghost lights? And so now it's timed? Now we just wait for death to appear? Can we blood drain? No. Okay, death approaches. That's good. Except where's death exactly? No, Beastial Communion does not connect with death at all. Okay. Will that stop? Oh. It stopped for a very short moment. What? Okay, so the game just decided to kill me anyway. Well, okay. Well, who else might give us Beastial Communion text? I don't know how to locate more abyssal demons, I have to admit. I don't think we had Beastial Communion last time we fought an abyssal demon. Because the last one I remember was in the Tower of Abyss. At the very, very end. And I think we got Beastial Communion right after. Let's go to the Hollow Basin. Because I had this weird feeling that at the very start of the game, there should have been like regular snails. And last time I ran through here with Beastial Communion, I couldn't find any, and that's very strange. Look, there is a normal snail. Okay, that text is different than the milk snail, I think. Okay. Nice. How could I not find that snail? I mean, there must have been more, right? There's another one right here. Huh. Suddenly they're everywhere. What? Am I tripping? They were not here the last time we ran through here with Beastial Communion. We only saw the milk snails. And their text indeed is different. What? Is the Hollow Basin somewhere broken? Aww. No, I don't know. Obsidian acquired. Ha. Yeah, I really feel pressured about the end of the game approaching and me still not having figured out a lot of these mysteries. So yeah, I'm just hoping that one of the enemies is gonna have some form of interesting information for us, and be it how to like properly do the leap of faith, which is something we learn right next to where we get this decryption key. So definitely my biggest hopes about something useful are from the Maledictus Dragon Skull. And we have a level up. Okay. The Maledictus Dragon Skull and the Jotun. Those are my biggest hopes right now for useful information. Okay, where else are enemies that we haven't communed with yet? I don't think we ran through the forest with the communion spell. Did we? Bonk. Alright, so what kind of enemies do we have here? We have the moths. Okay, you have some text for us, which is nice. Lunaga. Oh, what? We can rip off your wings? Well, that's gruesome. Hold on. Step number 1, get rid of the moth. Can we lithomancy that skull? Will that make sense? No? Well, no. Angel mushrooms. Oh yeah, running through the forest will actually help us collect material to get more health files, which I think is actually very useful at this point, because we've used up a lot of them last time. Alright, so let's try to commune with the bunny. Okay, that's a longer text. Poke. I don't think that, yeah, it has no effect. Ooh, mushrooms. Will these things drop some more pal for us? Hmm. Moral. Is the lance done? Looks done. So now the question is, can we go do something with the hammer? Oh no, wait a second. The Hammer of Cruelty cannot be leveled. Why did I think there was another weapon that needed leveling? Okay. Fine. Can we lithomancy the flowers? No, of course not. Oh, why wouldn't that be a thing? So what do you do with lithomancy then? Oh, come on. So there were a couple of carnivorous plants down here. Like Venus and Neptune, I think. This is Venus. Okay, you do have text for us. Down here I think I need a fire weapon, like the Twisted Staff. And then the Blade of Ophelia, probably. Do these things actually give us anything? No, we cannot commune with them. 'Cause why would we? Or were the Neptune enemies? Wait, what? Wasn't this the way out? Well, clearly it wasn't. Oh, is the trick that there's a similar room in the level below? And I kept on confusing those two rooms? Yeah, I think that's the trick. Oh, wait, I wanted to ask you. Okay. I'm now actually wondering whether there are several enemies, like the Golden Chimera, and this very, very big spirit animal. Now I was interrupted and I forgot where I'm running around in. No, I think that's the way. I kind of adore their name being Neptune when the other one is Venus. Were there any other enemies down here? Hey, Patchouli, long time no see. How are things? Oh, you're still alive? Whoa, whoa, look at you. Anyway, want to take a look at anything? Oh, we have a lot of money. Does that mean we should go check out Cheryl's shop? Oh, wait a second. There also are... there are enemies up in the canopy that we probably should commune with. Yeah, let's do that now, once we're here. Is that not quick stride? It's not quick stride. Oh yeah, also now that we have so much dexterity, it's probably a bit more obvious how we should have gotten that one item. Was it the elven sword? Okay, yeah, like this probably. Yeah, we could have gotten the item like that. Guess that makes sense. Destroying angel mushroom. Back up. Okay, so where are all the enemies to commune with? Is this a Venus? Huh. I still have the weirder impression that there's something out here that we never found. Because there was not a lot here. It was essentially just Patchouli's quest, right? Hmm. Wait, what? Wait, this looks different. What? No, wait, we've been here? Have we? I don't recall that. Okay. Hmm. So many texts. Unilateralis. That was the skull, right? More petrified people. Ah. Oh yeah, at the very, very top here we found basically just a spell. But after everything I've just arrived at another dead end. Or is it? Oh my goodness. Yeah, you see, it's kind of annoying. Yeah, I think this is where we got that one spell. What was it? Wind Slice? Why is that music so special? Can we lithomancy you? Of course we cannot. Why would I ever think otherwise? Isn't that the music we hear in Wings Rest? I do want to jump down very, very badly. But it's gonna reset our progress, right? Did we have any form of progress since we last saved? Well, we just had the communion texts with the enemies up here, right? But that's it? That's not really super critical. Can we lithomancy the flowers? Of course not. Why would you think that? I don't think there's anything else up here except for maybe us trying to actually drop down there. Ah. Yeah, the very, very top feels very different with like the music and the colors. Everything's just brighter up there. What's the purpose of this? Is there an item we collected here? I really don't recall. So I think this is where we came from. Yeah. So should we try to just drop off that peak? Hmm. You know what? I will just drop down from up there. Because there's not really anything that we collected since the last save. Except for maybe a mushroom or two. And I don't think those are super critical. Should we try using some of our weird items up there? Corrupt key? Is that a broken place? I don't know. It's very strange that it feels so important. This very top of the canopy. Yet there doesn't seem to be anything. Hmm. Yeah, the illumination changes quite drastically. And this music, it must mean something. I mean, I find it so strange that the only thing we found up here was this note saying something about a dead end. So, what happens when we jump? Yeah, we just die. I don't know. Why do they keep on leading you to these very strange dead ends, hinting that there isn't a dead end in a way? Anyway, we collected a bunch of communion texts, which is good. So several alchemy ingredients. Yeah, we have a couple more antidotes. Let's actually go talk to Cheryl again. She has that weapon we can buy now, the rifle. Yay, privateer musket. Oh, health vials are cheap again. Mana vials are also cheap again. Should we buy a second oil lantern? Sure, why not? Okay, then there's a couple of weapons we need to upgrade now. The lance and the Lyrian sword. Steel lance. Ooh. Oh man, you really charge forward using that one. Thrust 120. Lyrian longsword. Enhanced weapon, Lyrian greatsword. Okay. Steel lance, a large spear designed for cavalry. Deemed outdated by the surviving kingdoms, yet its reach may prove valuable, along with its ability to rend foes by charging the blade into them. And the Lyrian greatsword. A relic of the fallen kingdom Lyria, imbued with silver moonlights, a blade of superior quality, but as all things Lyrian were banished, their use in battle is shamed. Isn't that basically the same description as beforehand? But I guess it just deals more damage now? Any other upgrades? Yeah, what about that musket? Wait, what was it? Privateer musket. Deals dark damage on range. 84? That's kind of crazy. Moonlight deals 84 light. Hammer of Cruelty 158. The musket is one of my strongest weapons now. Reach 80. Oh wow. Oh, but it has such a long time between attacks. Oh yeah, but this eats away at my mana. Well, that's not the greatest. Let's try some alchemy. Opal, yellow moral, and lotus seed pod. Oh, we're out of opal. Great. What was the other one? Antidote. 2 angel mushrooms and a lotus seed pod. Can only do 1? Well, okay. Did I ever tell you about the Wicked King of Rats? You did. Hold on, did we ever commune with the enemies in here? And it's again not quick stride. Why? Why do I always think I have quick stride equipped? I clearly don't. Okay. Ah. Did we commune with the obsidian skeleton? We might not have. Wait, what? Actually, we don't need to bother with any one of you. I just need to go talk to one of the obsidian skeletons, I think. Nothing? Oh, okay. Well, nothing apparently. Actually, I forgot if we communed with one of the Anpu. Let's quickly do that anyway, they're just around the corner, basically. Nothing? Nothing? Strange. Okay. So then there were the embalmed mummies. I just forgot where they were. I think over there are some of them. Let me just keep Beastial Communion and switch that out for Rock Bridge. Nothing. Huh. Okay. Nothing from the Enpu, nothing from the Embalmed. So how about the Mimic? Nothing. Okay, even while it's active, there's nothing from the Mimic. Oh yeah, we just spent all of our silver, so we basically have nothing to lose anyway. Huh. Yeah, what was it about the snakes? Oh my goodness. Snakes! Also nothing from the snakes. Okay. Yeah, I guess I'm done here. Can we easily get out of here? I don't think there were any other enemies. What? Man. Huh. You can get out of there. Okay. We got not a single text from this entire Santa Temple. That's kind of disappointing. Hmm. But hey, I think we have a lot of communion texts now that we need to translate and see if we can learn anything from them. So let's think briefly. We went through the forest. We did go through the catacombs. I think the library was the first one we did. I'm fairly certain we went through pretty much all of Castle Lefanu last time. to collect more of these texts. What kind of enemies were there in the prison? Skeletons? These moon creatures? Yeah, I think also the prison we did last time. So any enemies we're missing? I mean, it's possible that some of these enemies are like unique to the Tower of Abyss that we went through, like the Golden Chimera and the very, very big spirits that kind of looked like maybe an elephant with a bunch of swords stuck into it. There also was an abyssal demon in the Tower of Abyss, so we might actually go through the Tower of Abyss a second time to commune with all the unique enemies there. Also, I don't think I've ever seen these pots. These, like animated pots that make these lithomancy sounds anywhere outside of the Tower of Abyss. So those could have a communion text. Is there anything else down there? Yes, snail jailers. I think we've also not seen outside the Tower of Abyss. My hope is that we can go through the Tower of Abyss a second time and all the enemies respawn, including the Abyssal Demon at the end. Because none of the other Abyssal Demons so far did respawn. And it's actually kind of unclear whether that's going to be the case. But I guess we can check that next time. For now, I want to warp back to the Wing's Rest. I will probably take a tiny break now and translate all of the texts that we have gotten so far. Like all the texts we collected last time. And like in the last episode and in this episode, and that's gonna be a lot. And I'm gonna read through those and see if we can learn anything. Ocean bone shards. Did we stock up on resources again? I think we did. "23 health vials, that's actually pretty solid. What do we do with the corrupt key? So many mysterious things happening in this game. What do we do with the coins? I hope that at some point we will find like the crucial bit of information that will make everything fall into place, if that makes sense, right? Because it feels right now I have a bunch of like keys, but I've never seen like the locks to them. And it's possible that they are actually kind of a sequence of locks that you have to unlock. And I'm kind of missing even the first one. So if we find the first lock to use one of our mysterious items for, like the skeleton egg and the corrupt key, then maybe after that we will have another lock that will require like the other one, or like the strange coins. Or something that will finally tell us whether we can do anything with lithomancy. Oh, hold on a second. I just remembered that I wanted to try another thing in the Sand Temple. I completely forgot about it while we were there just now. Because speaking of lithomancy, I don't think I've ever tried applying lithomancy to an item on the ground. We have seen that lithomancy can make inanimate objects emit sounds and make them move. And we've also seen that lithomancy can cause inanimate objects to move about very wildly in the room that they're in. So if we can apply lithomancy to an item on the ground, maybe we can convince the Iron Claws to come to us. Now, doesn't that sound like a plan? And it doesn't even require me to enter the trapped room to test that theory. Can we? No? No, nothing's happening. Come on. No, it doesn't do anything to the skeleton either. I'm so lost when it comes to this, like, room. Is there anything? Okay, it's like a rectangular room with 6 pillars in it, right? Did we, like, by any chance pass through another rectangular room with pillars in it? All of that stuff is below. Rectangular room with pillars in it? Oh, but you only have 4 pillars. The other one had 6. You don't have any pillars. Then there's the snakes. Hold on, what? No. I mean, if there was like a hidden door somewhere, rectangular room with 6 pillars. Rectangular room with 6 pillars. If there was like a mirage behind that wall, right? Where you could like approach this room from the other side, or like open a one-way mirage kind of door, grab the item and leave the other way without having to cross through here. That would also solve this problem, right? But over here we just drop down. And then we somehow make it all the way out over to the other side. So yeah, I don't know. Okay, lithomancy doesn't work on items on the ground. Well, I guess now we can read through all the communion texts and maybe there's a hint in there somewhere. Wait, Cheryl doesn't play the flute anymore. Cheryl, why? What happened? Is it just random now? No? What's going on? Huh. Well, I guess I'll sit here then. I'll cut ahead and show all the translations that I'm able to gather. So we have a lot of communion texts to go through now. That is all the texts we gathered in episode 13 and 14. And it starts with the Great Bats. It reads, "Blood, master took my wings. Now I feast, for escape is severed." Then the malformed say, "Your blood, what is wrong with it?" The cursed painting says, "Help, release us, cannot live in this. Die, die, give us a new vessel." Then the one I was most looking forward to, I have to say, the Maledictus burning skull in the prison, says, "Little one, seeker of curses, my burning curse is not for thee. I alone will bear it. Begone." That doesn't tell me anything. I was hoping it would give us a hint as to what to do, like how to interact with it, what to try in other places, but I don't see any form of actionable hint here. I guess we will have to go back to that burning skull and try some other forms of interaction, because it feels too striking, too out of place to not be anything, especially considering that the fairly innocuous sculpture in the Temple of Silence had this crazy interaction with the blood drain spell. So there must be something we can do with that burning skull. It just feels too much of an attention grabber to not be anything, if that makes sense. Then in the Sanguine Sea, we got from the Hammerlith, "Drink, drip, drop. Red and wet is drink. Never drink enough." Then the gigantic Jotun creature says, "Little one speaks. I am ageless, but how long I've aged. You are a mere blink in time. Do well with your time, little one. Which also doesn't tell me anything. It just indicates that that creature is basically immortal. I don't know. The regular skeleton reads, "Clinging weakling, join us soon." And then the catacombs ghosts, first the Migo. It reads, "Sour-dried skin within the sins of your eyes, black future with hungry pores, dissenting growth with teeth below, amber crooked limbs thrown apart." I cannot make sense of this at all. I'm not sure whether this ghost is just unable to properly communicate with us, but I'm fairly certain that most of these words I translated correctly, they just don't make any form of sense to me. Then the floating horse head ghosts, the mares, say, "Ah ha 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 ha, it speaks, such a delight in death." Then the regular snails up in the hollow basin say, "Curious drippy bone, you struggle so and to and fro, so fast you must go." And then finally, all of the texts we gathered in the forest, which are a lot. It begins with the Lunaga moth that says, "The light blue orb in the sky must go back." I don't know what it's referring to here. Light blue orb in the sky. The moon? Must go back. This one feels more of a hint, but I don't know how to act on it. The little rabbit Kodama spirits say, "Sweet one, you smell so sweet, Bun Bun." The Yakul deer spirits say, "This forest is sacred. Do not trespass here. I will defend it as a part of it." Then the Venus plant says, "Feel the earth, become the dirt, connected with all." The Neptune plant reads, "Feel the water, become a wave in an ocean. We all part the waters with our movement." The flying Celantia say, "Feel the air, become the wind, and the world is home." Then the strange plants that slow us down, the Unilateralis, they say, "Feel time, let it pass as water over the earth. All is all." And last but not least, the Ikur Ilb, creature in the Boiling Grotto, says, "Fool, how do you speak to us? We are not of this realm." We tried to extract more texts from more creatures, like the vampires in the castle, the ghosts in the castle, the obsidian skeletons. There were a lot of enemies that really just didn't give us anything upon Beastial Communion. It's possible we need some other form of spell to extract information from them, like a stronger form of Beastial Communion, or that there just isn't anything for us to read. So unfortunately, none of that really helps me. I was so hoping for a tip of some sort, like where to look for something broken, where to use that corrupted key here, what to do with the skeleton egg. Does the burning dragon skull Maledictus want a skeleton egg? It kind of would make sense, right? Because humans don't lay eggs. What would a skeleton egg be? It's not a human egg, petrified. Some other kind of dinosaur or dragon kind of skeleton egg, right? I don't know. Still so many mysteries, and I don't know what to do about it. I guess there's only one thing we can do, and that is experiment even harder. With that, I want to leave you for now. I thank you all for watching, and I hope you will join me again next time.